Welcome back to another episode of the Femme FC Podcast. Today is a special episode. It's Christmas Eve. And so for this episode, we're going to revisit the episodes that have been released so far this year. And if you're paying attention, I ask every guest the same question at the end of each episode. I ask them all, what is your favorite thing about working in women's soccer? And so in this episode, you're going to hear the guests' favorite things about women's soccer and working in the women's game. I hope you enjoy. My favorite thing about working in women's football is...
It's the people. I think if you ask anyone about their experience, what really makes it is the relationships.
Honestly, the camaraderie, the opportunity to work within an MDT. I've been a lone practitioner for quite some time, so it's just gold to be able to work with the staff and the players. Yeah, I love it. It's magic.
I'm going to say the people, and that's probably in a lot of jobs, but I love the female athletes that I work with and all the staff that I work with, and I've worked across a few teams now, and they've all been really enjoyable workplaces.
Just getting to be around the game every day. We always have a game on somewhere. People are always talking about something, and I think it's fun to be around. It's fun to still get to kick a ball around every day. Having the game still be such a big part of my life and get to go out to the field and do that every day is something I definitely miss if I wasn't still kind of on the team side of things.
There's a lot of things. I'm proud of how they do. Honestly, I have been privileged, and I don't know if it's just women's soccer or if it is just this club environment, but I've gotten to travel with my family. And again, my son being able to travel on the road with me is a massive mental and work balance life thing for me. Getting to be mom on the road is a big deal for me, and not just missing 4 days when I'm only working for a couple hours on each of those days.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's one of the best sports ever. If you're ever at a game with me, I was at one the other day. I was easily the loudest person in the crowd, so it's very embarrassing. It's just such an exciting game.
It's the collaboration, is the camaraderie, is the wholesomeness of the women's game, which is my own personal opinion is that I am able to collaborate with other practitioners as passionate as me or even more passionate as me. I'm able to have very open conversations of people who are ahead of me in terms of already experiencing what I have, and I feel a lot of support and wholesomeness working in the women's game, and I find a lot of meaning and purpose working in the women's game, where, as we alluded to, Nicole, that there's a lot more research that's already there but needs to be done to elevate the game, and I like to be part of that.
I guess it's the personalities, all the variety in the different talks and the chats, and it keeps you on your toes, and it's just like a fun and just good population just to work with. It's just like finding the banter, especially in Australia. You hear some unique stuff, and it's good to be around like that culture. It's a very, very positive and just like uplifting culture. That's probably the best part.
Sorry, didn't quite catch that. You said the people that you work with?
Yeah, and the free coffee that you get.
And the free coffee that you get, yeah.
They are very open and they trust you fully. If you do give them your knowledge and if you're very transparent with them, they just give you their all. And that's amazing. For me, it's just the most amazing thing. And when they come back and they're playing and they invite you to a game, it's just the most rewarding thing in the world. So I would say how open and trustful they are of you and your work.
My favorite thing about working I laugh every day. Somebody finds a way to make it good, which maybe in men's soccer that happens too, but I think there's a special bond that you can, as a female practitioner and with female athletes, that you make just trying to make this work. So yeah, I think, as much as, we're trying hard for them and they're trying hard for themselves and for us, we're still growing this thing and we're not getting it perfect even 10 years later. But I think this growing of something together is super, it's fun. I really appreciate the relationships and the laughs that we get every day. We're doing something different, we're pioneering something different. And so that's fun to do.
Come as you are. We love you, even though you're a weirdo. And we're gonna work together rather than like it being overly competitive and cutthroat.
So now that we've listened back and heard from all of our guests about their favorite things about women's soccer and working in the women's game, I thought it was only fair if I shared what my favorite thing about working in women's soccer is. But rather than just tell you, I thought I would enlist the help of some ghosts of Christmas past and give you a better, more in-depth idea of what soccer, especially the women's game, means to me, what my history with it is, and just a better look into my why and why I do what I do, why I love this so much. And there's no better way for me to do that than by introducing you all to some of my college soccer teammates. Now, you may or may not know that I played Division I college soccer at St. John's University in New York back in 2006 through 2010-11. And my teammates were and still are my best friends, and I was so lucky that some of them agreed to come on and reminisce about our college soccer experience, both on and off the field, and what made that time so special for us, and just reflect back on how that shaped us. And so you can look ahead at the next hour and a half or so of conversation that is both chaotic and hilarious and heartfelt and wholesome, and get to know my why and what it is that I love about the game so much. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so here I have with me some of my best friends from college, my college teammates, and I can promise you laughs. I can promise you good times. I cannot promise you clean language. So if there are children listening, maybe now's a good time for some earmuffs, or put on some headphones and listen to this one on your own. You've been warned. So guys, thanks so much for joining me in this crazy idea.
No.
Hi. Why are you guys all so quiet now? Okay, so thank you. You guys are all just like sitting there so quietly. So again, this idea just came up. I knew I wanted to do something special for the Christmas Eve episode, and I thought no better opportunity than to get some of my friends together and talk about our experience in women's soccer. So maybe just some brief introductions to start with. I'll go first. I'm Nicole Surdyka. Important to know is that my maiden name is Canning, and that is what my teammates always called me. So if you hear them refer to me as Canning, that's why. Let's see. We'll also do, I started off college maybe as a center mid, and then coach put me at forward because I wasn't fast or strong enough to play center mid in the Big East Conference. And then he put me at forward and I couldn't score. So then he put me at outside back, and I finally did kind of a decent job there. So if you guys all want to just introduce yourselves, maybe like what position you played in college. That's not really even relevant, but maybe just a little blurb about yourselves. Go ahead. Kirby, you first.
Oh, okay. My butler just brought me some water, so.
I thought you were going to have a prop. I was like, wait, what prop do you have?
I thought it was going to be Clarissa.
We might need to
Wait, we're totally going to talk about Clarissa because I found a picture of her, and I was hoping to like surprise you all with that little fun fact.
You guys.
I actually thought that's what you were grabbing.
I
was going to fall out of my chair. I'm not sure why Clarissa doesn't. I'm not sure why Clarissa's not the seventh person here right now.
Yeah. She really should be.
We were watching The Office and like a couple days ago, and at some point my oldest must have seen a photo of me because it was the episode where Michael Scott has his own double, and he was like, "Mom, you were that for Halloween."
I love that he knows that.
That's amazing.
All right, what are we doing? Introductions.
Yeah, just say your name and whatever else.
All right, I am Courtney Flores, previously Courtney Kirby, so most people on the team refer to me as Kirby. I played mostly defensive center mid and outside back, and anything else? I'm from Chicago, Illinois area.
Oh yeah,
I'm from
good.
the Chicago suburbs, and after college I moved back to Chicago, and I currently reside in the southwest suburbs of Chicago.
And what do you do now, Kirby?
I am a licensed clinical counselor, and I'm a yoga teacher, a somatic experiencing practitioner. So I've been working for 10 years in private practice in the Chicago suburbs, and that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. I'll just go around based on what's on my screen. So Sarah, you're up next.
Okay, cool. I think we're all in the same order of what you can see. Right, so Sarah obviously don't have the same accent as the majority of everyone else. So I'm from Ireland. I feel a bit.
Neither
left
does
out
Kirby, to be fair.
Yeah. I feel a bit left out. I don't think I have a nickname. So I'm gonna jump off now, okay?
I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
Yeah, so we should probably come up with one. We have a couple of hours, so we should come up with one.
Yeah, okay, by the end of the episode, we will come up with a new nickname for you.
Coach recruited me as a forward, a striker, which I actually remember him coming to my trials. Well, not trials, but coming to look at Vela and I play. And then, I never really liked, I liked playing striker or playing forward, but I also liked running at people. So then I got put back into right wing. But I play left or right wing. Put me in goal if you want, but I'll hate it there. But yeah, no, I prefer wing.
Santos. Oh wait, Sarah. So what do you do now? Where do you live? What's your social security number?
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, I was like, we know exactly where Kirby lives. Should I give out her address? I live in Virginia, which is funny because when I say Virginia, people are like, oh, so you must still live in America. And I'm like, no, it's a small part outside of Dublin. So yeah, loads of people think I live near West Virginia. I'm like, no, I don't. So I live in Virginia, outside of Dublin, and I actually have been doing recruitment for the past 10, 11 years. So I recruit engineers. Specifically now at the moment, I'm recruiting machine learning scientists, and I haven't got a clue what they're talking about, but I just pretend. Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. All right. Santos, you are up.
All right. So I'm Amanda Santos. Played forward at St. John's. I am from Massachusetts, so born and raised in Massachusetts, currently living in the Boston area ever since leaving St. John's. I'm a registered pharmacist by trade. Currently, though, in my role, I'm doing more of a leadership position. So I'm a director of pharmacy and retail operations for a major retailer in the pharmacy market.
Wow, and what position?
I was going to say, should we guess?
I don't know. I mean, Walgreens.
It doesn't matter either. Okay. It doesn't matter either way.
Cut it out.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
We love Chicago.
Walgreens market.
This suddenly became an advert for Walgreens.
Yeah.
They'd be a great sponsor.
They'd be a great sponsor. Walgreens, if you want to sponsor the Femme Football Collective podcast.
Yeah.
Santos, what position did you play in college?
I was a forward. So,
sure were.
Yeah.
A really good
one. Remember that time I was defending you and you crossed the ball right into my face and I almost died?
That was a mistake. That was an accident. I just recently got over how bad I felt about that.
And now bringing it up again, ripping the scab off. It was only 20 years ago.
Hang on, I'm being abducted. Hang on a second.
That reminds me of the time when we were who swung the bat?
Oh, shit, that's right. Kirby did that.
Oh,
at Simo.
Yeah, right. And then afterwards it was like, did anyone ask Kirby how she's feeling?
Mark Armiento.
Like, wait,
And meanwhile, I
Simo's
was
the
like,
one
wait,
who
where,
got her
where,
skull
where
cracked
are we?
open.
Where are we? Who are you?
Simo lost like a couple of brain cells. It's like, we
Yeah.
need to check on Kurt.
I forgot that happened. Oh my god.
I literally was unconscious on the floor, and everyone's like, "How's Kirby doing?" No, I'm kidding.
But I do actually like something I know I want us to talk about eventually is like how forward thinking our program was, like having a full-time sports psychologist. But we're not there yet. But let's hold that story because that is brilliant to bring up our sports psychology experiences. All right, Tara, you are up with intro.
Hello, my name is Tara Mendoza, also known as Money Mendoza, Killer Mendoza, Bendy Mendy, a lot of nicknames I acquired throughout college.
T-Couch.
Yes, T-Couch. Yes, I brought that one from high school. Actually,
Yes,
some of
true.
my friends I made in my 20s call me Couch also, so that one's a fun one. Yes, so I played mostly, freshman year I think played outside back, sophomore year center back, and then junior defensive center mid, and then senior
I
year
still think of you
also-
mostly as a defensive center mid.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like your
Okay.
true position.
So now I'm currently living in Jersey City, but I am born in Queens, raised in Long Island, New Yorker, till I die. But I love Jersey City. I'm never leaving. I'm actually obsessed with Jersey City. And right now I am in my 14th year being a New York City public school teacher. I teach high school Spanish and ESL in Phi so right next to the World Trade Center. And also, fun fact, this summer I did start my own LLC called Doza Sports. So coming soon, and I'm planning on doing like social emotional learning and soccer, well, and sports in general, but I'm going to start with soccer for kids like in the neighborhood in Jersey City because it's so booming. There's so many young families, and paying all the bills either. So, but yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Love it. All right, Slimmy, you're up.
All right. My name is, it sounds weird to even say Jessica. I think I've been called that like 4 times in my entire life. I'll just say Jess Simonetti Ing. Everyone calls me Simo because of my maiden name, Simonetti. I played mostly outside right midfielder, unless it was a really scrappy game and coach wanted me to, headbutt people, then he'd throw me in defensive center midfield. But mostly, or slide tackle, mostly outside. I am born and raised in New York as well. Very proud of that. And now living on the West Coast, I live in Portland, Oregon. My spouse is from Oregon. And I did my PhD out here on the West Coast and ended up settling out here, at least for now. Right now I'm not working. I just had twins a few months ago. I have 4 kids, which is my main time job right now. Prior to parental leave, I was working as a clinical psychologist and both treating people in therapy and also a training director for students going through a PhD program that would like come through our group practice and work for us under a year. So that's my main role and what I will be going back to when I return from, parental leave. And my nicknames. That's probably the most important question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nicknames, Sim, Slim Shady, many more, mostly given to me by Tatiana Dugan, and Simo.
All right, so we all started St. John's together freshman year in it's fall, but really it was summer of 2006. And that summer started with, we had a huge freshman class coming in. So 9 seniors had graduated, plus they had a bunch of injuries. So coach kind of over-recruited and brought 15 of us in, which was wild in all of the best ways. And we started off with me deciding that it would be really wise and nice to get to know each other before we started preseason. And I sent everyone emails and nobody responded.
Nobody?
Coley responded, but that doesn't count because I already knew Coley.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know if one or both Passiolas responded. I think Nicole Passiola probably responded and like signed it from her and Amanda or something. And like, and it was like very short and to the point. Just like, okay, thanks. See you August 1st. Fucking weirdo. So thanks for that. So we
had the words like soccer girl, soccer mama.
Oh my God, so many. Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Somebody was definitely little soccer mama.
That was little soccer mommy. Two eyes.
Mine was just Saz McGrath at hotmail.com.
And you've had the same email address since you were like 16 years old, Sarah.
Yeah, like someone looked at me the other day and was like, "You're way too young to have a Hotmail address," and I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Like, I'm not, but thanks.
Yeah, I was like, "No, I'm actually approaching 40." So I was like,
yeah, I'm definitely not too young for that. Thanks.
Yeah, I've had it since I was like 12 or like 13, I think.
Like since the internet started.
Pretty much.
So we get to preseason, and the first thing that we do is we all load up into vans and head upstate to Camp Pontiac. And I would love to hear everyone's memories about Camp Pontiac. So this was a preseason camp.
First of all, I don't even know if there was a seatbelt for me. I'm pretty sure I sat on the floor.
We pull up, and I just remember the size of the beds and the toilet stalls being for children. And you could, like, I think the toilet stalls covered, like, just your belly button. And, like, everything else was exposed.
It was essentially a children's sleepaway camp.
Yes. Yeah, like a children's summer camp.
Yeah. And I remember the giant totem pole upon the circled entryway.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the only spot. Like, all we had cell phones.
For cell reception.
It was the only spot that you could phone home. We did not know where we were going, so our parents had no idea that we were going to be off the grid for like...
Wait, that is such a good point, actually. We didn't know that we were going anywhere. First of all. Second of all, we didn't know where this was because nobody told us. And then third, it was like early days of cell phones. None of us had smartphones. Like maybe a BlackBerry, maybe.
Kidnapped.
It does.
We had Blackberries.
We had Blackberries for sure.
We did.
I definitely had a BlackBerry. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of
not in
no.
2006.
Not in 2006. I had a BlackBerry after college. I had the chocolate phone that played music. So yeah, it was before this was still Nokia days.
And so and say where we were. We couldn't.
No,
My friends didn't exist.
There was no way to know where we were, essentially. We literally had no way of knowing, which meant our families had no way of knowing because there also was zero cell reception except at this totem pole. I forgot about that, Kirby.
Do you remember the soccer field?
I don't remember anything about playing soccer. The literal only thing I remember are the beds. We couldn't play soccer?
The soccer fields were like half size, and they were not college regulation size goals, and the nets were hanging out. So I
don't remember any soccer, honestly. I remember the talent show. I remember.
Coach reading
I remember.
every night.
Maybe you were too traumatized to remember anything.
I think I blacked a lot of it out, to be honest.
I was going to say, like, honestly, I don't remember anything because I was literally blacked out. So I don't remember anything.
Yeah. Still had a concussion.
I literally had a concussion.
Survived. I thought I was dying.
I remember the chocolate, the ice cream sandwiches that were bomb.
Yes.
They're like the Nestle. Like I remember standing next to the totem pole and eating the ice cream
I'm with you.
Like,
I'm with you,
vanilla in
Mandy.
between.
I
It
remember
was
that.
so good. That's literally.
I do not
pretty
remember
much
that.
it. Very good.
I remember meeting Sarah for this.
I remember
first
meeting
time
Sarah.
Oh
at
yeah.
Camp
She
Pontiac.
showed up at Camp Pontiac. Welcome to
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
And then she joined.
Imagine.
I don't remember who was in my talent show group, but she joined my talent show group. And I remember we were at a picnic table, and her and Bela come walking over, and she's like, "Hello," and we're all like, "Oh Jesus, what the hell? Who's got Velcro shoes on?" And it was Sarah.
I was gonna say, I remember what Sarah was wearing actually.
Green jumper.
Yeah, the green jumper, and then like the longer denim shorts and the Adidas Velcro shoes.
Yep.
That's so funny. Yeah, I was only thinking
remember
of
the
my
jumper.
Velcro shoes the other day. I was like, oh yeah, like a lot of the younger when we graduated and the younger team came along, and I think I was a GA. They were kind of like, "Why are you wearing kids' shoes?" Little did they know that was the future. I was like,
Well, and also, I think this is maybe like a good little side quest story here because you bring up like wearing kids' shoes, and Sarah, maybe like how tall were you in college? Like what was your official height on the roster?
oh, it's brilliant. On the roster, they said I was like 5'4". I think maybe pushed even 5'5" once, and I was like, brilliant.
Yeah.
And like I'm literally like, I can't be more than 5'2".
Yeah, I'd say maybe 5'2". And this was very useful to us sometimes because something that we had to do that was often neglected was for away trips, we had to go to the equipment room and pick up our kit, our uniform before traveling. We were responsible for that ourselves. Might sound hard to believe now in today's world, but we had to go pick up our uniforms and remember to bring them on games. And normally it was fine because we would leave like in the afternoon or the evening. And so we would go pick up our kits and then put them in our bags and get on the bus or whatever to go to the airport. But this one particular trip, we had to leave like hellaciously early in the morning. And it didn't occur to any of us that the equipment room would not be open and Jill would not be there to give us our things. And so Sarah had to climb into the laundry chute where we would put our dirty laundry. So we would put our dirty laundry into this little chute in the wall and it would fall into the laundry bin in the equipment room. And we had to lift Sarah up into it.
Big,
she climbed in.
I feel like we need a visual. Yeah, it was maybe the size
It was
of
like
envelope.
of a shoebox. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, it was small. It was very small. Yeah, shoebox. Shoebox is a great way to
climb
describe
through this right now,
And
Sarah.
did we send her in head first with like a 6-foot drop?
I think it was like me and Bela like were pushing her up. And it was like, yeah, this is a good idea. She's gonna fall right into the dirty bins. It's fine. It's soft clothes.
The dirty laundry will break your fall.
Like male and female, sweaty male and female, like dirty clothes. Gross.
Yeah, it was really.
It was successful.
If anyone had came around, like how did that? I don't know. It's just like 15 of us, probably less or more, but like. Everyone, wish we had got that on video, right? Nowadays, that would be on TikTok immediately. But trying to like mosh pit me, like through this little
Sarah,
square.
too, is that there's probably no part of her that was like, I'm not doing that. She's probably
oh no, because we had no other option. We had no other option.
Yeah, I was like, I think I might be able to fit through that, and then that.
Yeah, it was her idea.
Realistically, we could have probably just gone to the security upstairs and been like, hey, we need to get into this room. They probably have a key, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sarah,
maybe.
there on out, like nobody ever questioned your loyalty. Like your loyalty was so thick from then on. It was just solidified.
She'll do it.
And this also came in handy for pranks. And one of my favorite memories of all time is Sarah on a bus ride climbing through the luggage, like on like a coach bus where you put like your suitcases on the top. And Sarah climbed and crawled from the back of the bus all the way to the front to scare our assistant coach.
Why did I think like? Obviously, I was bored, but like I was
He
just
got
like, yeah,
so mad. Do you remember how mad he got?
Do you know what? I
And
think
coach thought it was coach. Yeah, he cursed. He cursed at you, and coach
I
thought
think
it
I
was
scared
the
the shit out of him.
funniest thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you did
Yeah,
scare
it
the shit
was
out of
funny.
him. It was funny.
His reaction was like, "Oh my god, someone needs to
He
take
definitely
it down."
cursed at you. I think it was like a what the flip are you doing? Yeah.
So at this point, I think it's important to just note that we were all living in the dorms. So our kind of like team rule was freshman year, we had to live in the dorms. And then second year, sophomore year, we could move off campus. And so freshman year, we're still living in the dorms. It's a dry campus. And I don't know if I just didn't know what that meant. We took up the whole floor. So mine, Sarah, Kirby's, and Tara's suite. So me and Tara were roommates, and we had a third roommate on our team, Tot. And then it's a triple room and a single room that share a bathroom. We share a common space with a little kitchenette, and then another triple single with a bathroom. And so in the other triple was Kirby, Sarah, and our teammate Vela. And we had the two single rooms were just kind of random students. But then Simo and Santos, you guys lived down the hall in two of the... So we basically had like 3 suites taken up by our freshman class. And freshman year, St. Patrick's Day, obviously Sarah's from Ireland. And so we are like, we're going to go all out for St. Patrick's Day. And I don't know why we thought we were okay doing this or why we thought we would get away with this. Or maybe just genuinely, I don't think I really knew that it was a dry campus, honestly. Like, I didn't know what that meant.
I literally didn't know it was a dry campus until you just said it this moment.
That tracks. That tracks.
She's still concussed from Camp Pontiac at that point.
That tracks. So we were playing Chandelier, like a drinking game before going out. So we're yelling, we're screaming, carrying on. The RA comes in, and we all get in trouble. Yeah, I don't really remember, honestly.
Who was it? I have no idea. I don't remember her, but I remember that she sucked, and she didn't like athletes was like the whole thing. Do you remember her? It was like
she hated that we were athletes.
Yeah, like
I remember
she
that.
yelled at me and Sarah once because we were riding scooters in the hallway when we were doing like the races.
Thing, or is that just
or is that just an annoying freshman in college thing?
Yeah, she was targeting us.
You're like, we're just training.
Meanwhile, we are now talking about like racing scooters down the hall. I know for a fact we've filmed multiple videos of us dancing in the study room.
Yeah, that was also probably why.
Remember the triangle that we did?
The pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the pyramid.
We did a pyramid. Yeah. Why? I don't know. Just because we were bored and we needed something to do. But so anyway, she comes in and yells at us. We get in trouble. Coach finds out. And didn't they only know about a few of us, though?
Yeah, because we all hid. I was in one of the showers.
Right.
Someone was under
I was in the shower with you. Oh, yeah, somebody jumped in. Santos, it was you.
I don't remember.
You and Coley jumped in the bed with your shoes still on. And tried to make it out that you had been sleeping this whole time.
That's really funny.
I think I did.
I know you did.
Because I remember like having to get out, like, and pour the we had to pour the alcohol down the sink, and she like made us like do it. And Todd was like, so Todd was like, I vividly remember like trying to stuff like 40 the 40 ounces down her pants to like save some of the alcohol. And I think at that point I was like, dude, like
it's a loss.
Just throw it down the sink. Yeah,
take the L.
We've lost it. It was so funny.
So yeah, only a couple of you guys got caught. Me and Sarah, and I think Kirby, you were with us, and maybe Velo. We had the ultimate hiding spot.
I actually was out of town for this. I had to go back to
Oh, Kirby, you weren't even there.
I came back, and you guys were like, "You're never gonna believe what happened," and I was like, "Oh, I definitely would have been
right.
So, yeah, I was back in Chicago.
dang. So me, Sarah, and Vela were in the shower, but we had the brilliant idea of keeping the bathroom door open and the light on and just hiding behind the shower curtain. That way, when they came in to try to find someone, the light's on, the door is open, like no one's here. So you guys got in trouble with Coach, and the rest of us ended up going to Coach and saying, like, we were also there, like, you know, whatever punishment we should also get. So there were 9 of us in total that get in trouble for this. Santos, I was wondering if you could tell us about and remind us what we had to do as punishment for drinking in the dorms on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Jesus. Was it 2300?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the basketball court.
Right?
The fitness test was 300. So the fitness session that we did was 10 300s. But the fitness test, the fitness test that we did was 3 of them, and he took our best score.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hated that
he
one.
made us. Yeah. It was
That
like
was a
we had
quad
to wake
burner.
up.
You did at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to be
It
in
was
the
dark
gym.
out.
It was dark.
At like 5:30, 6 o'clock it was starting. And that's actually, it's one of the walks that I will always remember.
Yeah.
Is the 9 of us walking down, because it was like pitch black and we
Last
were all
walk or
walking. And like everyone's pissed off. Nobody is talking. And then I forget who said it. Like, I don't know if I said it or Tot said it. Like, someone just breaks the silence and goes, as we walk through the...
I thought you said it.
Oh, I think I did, yeah. Like, what was
Like,
that?
as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life.
Look at myself.
And we all just started
start
dying.
cracking up. Yeah. So then we get to the gym, and freaking Coach Rob was there with his stupid whistle and his clipboard, and he's a great guy. Was like, all right, we're gonna do 2300s in the gym in Carnesecca, and by the end of it, I was throwing up. Like,
You weren't the only one, right? A few people did.
yeah, because Coach Rob liked to not target me, but like to push me a little.
Another person who liked to target you.
You were really targeted in college. I'm so sorry.
You had a target on your back.
I mean, no, he used to give me a lot of shit. Like,
to be fair, you showed up
The
to a
gloves.
lift with weightlifting gloves, and you did
I mean,
not.
I had to give it back.
You didn't bench press the bar.
I had to give it back to him somehow.
What did
He
he
didn't let
say?
me wear the gloves.
What did he say when you wore the gloves to the lift?
He told me that I couldn't wear them unless I can bench more than the bar. And I was like, well, not happening today.
Wait,
And
why did you wear the gloves? To protect your hands or to like look the part? I'm
piss him off.
Walk me through your thought process.
No, she said that she was getting calluses on her hand, and so she wanted to
No.
protect her. That's what you
no
said.
way. Yeah, that's what I said to him.
Oh,
She
okay,
was
okay.
like,
She was totally messing with him.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
okay.
It was 100%.
That's
Like,
so funny.
he would give me so much shit that I forgot. Like, it was a couple of us out, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, he's gonna hate this. So I bought them to wear them, and sure enough, he saw me putting those gloves on, and he hated it.
Such a
Like,
good one.
absolutely hated it.
He did hate that.
No. Yeah. But during like our punishment for the naughty 9, this is what pissed me off, was that like by the end of it, it was like, I think I didn't miss like, I missed one of them at like, it was like number 18.
Well, the
of
times got faster.
300s.
So the first
Yeah.
10 we had to do in 75 seconds.
Yeah.
Then the last 10 we had to shave a second off each one until the last one
Yeah.
was in 65. Or it might have started at 70 and our last one had to be 60, something like that. So like the 20th one had to be your fastest one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
I
go ahead,
remember
you
missing
missed.
one. And then it was like another one of our teammates, not to be named, was like, had started missing them at like 10. And then at the end, like, he was like, all right, Santos, you gotta do the last 2, like, blah, blah. So, like, I did them. Great motivation. But then afterwards, he was like, okay, if you missed any, you got to go ride the bike for 20 minutes.
Oh
And then, so he made me and like whoever else missed it go ride it. And I just remember being like, this guy sucks.
Because
But
you
he's
had
a
the
nice guy.
same like punishment for missing one that someone did for missing like
Yeah.
12.
Wait, let's continue to talk about punishment. Let's talk about how many I missed. None. But then guess what? Sumo had to run with, not Santos, with somebody else who missed it for the rest of theirs to encourage them to make them. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I remember.
I remember that.
Sumo, get on the line and make them get it. And I had to go run. I'm like, she's gonna fucking hate me. She doesn't want me to run next to her.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't remember
Like,
that
I
piece.
can't hold her hand and drag her. Like,
Literally. And also, I am deaf. I am done. Like, I'm about to drop out here.
Yeah.
I
The other
remember
piece
that.
I remember was that we had practice after. So like that was the punishment. Then we had
Yes.
practice. And then we had a scrimmage against,
Yeah.
I forget,
Oh, God.
against two. And like coach purposely made the naughty nine start because he was like they're all
And we were
like, I
fucking
just remember
exhausted.
it. Yeah. He did not give us a break. It was good. Good punishment.
It was crazy that like our punishments back then usually were always fitness related, like running, or for me it was always I had to do push-ups because I had such weak upper body strength. I had a punishment that I had to do, I think it was like 5 push-ups every minute on the minute until I like just couldn't lift myself off the floor anymore. And at first I'm like, 5 push-ups, that's fine. I can do 5, that's fine. But then when you're doing it every minute on the minute and 27 minutes later, your arms are shaking and it's fall off. I'm like, what the, why can't I go do stadiums like Jackie James? Like, I'd rather do that.
Yeah, I was the same, Nicole. He was like, he like smirks kind of when you're coming in with a yellow card or a red card, and you're like,
He loves it.
God. You're like, oh God, but like I think he knew that I thought I was probably getting a run, and then he did like a whole medicine ball workout with me, and I was
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he make Nicole Paciolo like clean? Like, because she
With
couldn't
a
run her-
toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she had to clean the
Oh
whole
my God,
weight room.
it's so military.
Right?
Wait, one time
So-
I had to clean out Coach's car as my punishment.
No way.
I swear to God. The coaches were all getting new cars from the athletic department. And so Coach's old car was in the parking lot, and he was like, "Oh, I have a good punishment for you." And he and Coach Rob, who knows? Honestly, of all, like, who knows? Like, I don't know which
I only
one
got
is for what
once,
anymore.
That's why I remember what I did, but obviously I had the naughty 9 as well, which was completely separate.
So what did you get in trouble
Wait.
for that you had to?
I was sitting in the dorm room one day, and I think I was on my laptop, probably illegally downloading music. I don't know, but I looked at. I don't know if I had a clock. I don't know what I looked at, but I realized, you know, those extra sessions where we were broken down into smaller groups
Yeah.
in our freshman year. I was like 15 minutes late to one of those. I was like sprinting across.
That's the
campus
worst
trying-
feeling.
Yeah.
Question. So I just found out today that like I might have been one of the only teams that had like, maybe not, but like one of the only teams that had individual punishments. Because I was talking to Kevin and I was like, oh, we had yellow card or red card. My partner, Kevin, played on the baseball team. And I was like, oh, we're going to talk about, you know, the different times that like people got in trouble and then they had to do punishment. And he goes, wait, the whole team didn't do punishment? I'm like, well, why would the whole team do punishment? He's like, well, baseball, everybody, if somebody was late or somebody got in trouble, the whole team got in trouble. Like there was no singling out. Would you guys have preferred that? Or did you like...
No,
would you have
definitely
preferred
individual.
what we had?
Definitely
There
individual.
was a lot of yellow cards, wasn't there? I feel like there
I
was a
got
lot of
so
our
many
freshman year.
yellow
wore a
cards.
hair
It's
tie on your
unreal.
wrist, if you wore a hair tie on
Yeah.
your wrist and Coach Rob's yellow card, remember?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
If you forgot to wear spandex shorts under your soccer shorts, yellow card. That was mine all the time.
What?
I forgot.
I
one of
remember-
my- probably on
I
a away
remember
trip. I
Tot.
forgot one of my tops. Like
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure. That definitely happened. I remember Tot, we were all doing fitness, and Tot like leaned over, like I don't know if you guys remember this, but she was like leaning over, like trying to catch her breath, and she was threatened. If you don't stand up, you're gonna get a yellow card. Everyone stand up, and we're all like,
Oh my God.
So wait, what was of all of like the fitness tests or fitness sessions or fitness punishments we had to do, what was everyone's like kryptonite? Like, what was your least favorite or most memorable fitness session that we had?
Oh, the worst has to be the inside carne seca because
Agree,
it's so
100%.
warm.
The 3-on-3 off.
It's like a sauna, and you're running around, and like I think I was getting like 6:30 or something like that. But like he wanted you to maintain that every time, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna pass out. And then we did stairs as well in
Stairs.
that.
Yeah. So we did, just for context, we did 3-on-3 off. So it was 3 minutes on running fast, 3-minute light jog, and like you couldn't walk. And it was 3 times usually. Sometimes he would add a 4th time if it was spring season or just we'd pissed him off or something. And so 3-on-3 off times 3, and it was the worst fitness session ever because you had whatever you got for your first 3 minutes, like distance wise, you had to get in the second and third reps as well.
I just remember
Also, it
busting
wasn't
my
like
ass,
it was on
like,
a track.
falling.
Yeah.
It was literally in the hallway.
Cement,
It was
like cement or
dangerous.
whatever.
Like I
Cement,
could
literal
hit
cement.
walls 5 times. Yeah.
The walls.
And then we had the
the
heart rate monitors too. Because I remember because Michelle was reaming me out like, Tara, push harder. I'm like, bro, I'm at 209. I don't know if that number sounds right, but I remember, or maybe it was 109. I don't know, but it was like,
It's not what it is.
Yeah, I was physically, no, my heart rate was, I'm not even dragging it. It was like 209.
It probably was 209.
And I was like,
it probably was.
Michelle, I cannot exert myself anymore. I physically can't do it. Like, this is proof. Look.
And
Yeah,
and
look
then
at
we
this
had
proof.
the stadium stairs after that,
Yep.
or as part of that, up and down and around.
Where
Field
you
Run
had to
B
hit, you had to.
was also really bad.
Field
Which
Run
one?
B was impossible.
Oh, Field Run.
B.
Yeah, Field Run
It
B
was
was
impossible.
What was it again?
It was like
The hard
end
thing
line
was
to end line, then box to box, or something like that. Then halfway. I don't remember.
Let me go
Yeah,
get
then
my
like-
packet. Oh.
But you're right, Kirby. It wasn't necessarily like the things themselves. It was the times to get them in
It was
and
the
the
times.
rest periods.
Yes.
The rest period being what they were was like absolutely ridiculous. Like to be like, okay, you're basically is the equivalent of being like, okay, you're like hard running for 60 seconds, then you get a 10-second rest, and then you hard run for 90 seconds with a 15-second rest, or like something ridiculous. You're like, this work to rest ratio makes no goddamn sense. Like I'm not resting.
I remember being down. This was like in some of the later years. I don't think it was freshman year, but I remember being down towards the end of the pitch, and we were definitely doing some hard fitness because I turned to Amelia and I was like, I think I'm having an asthma attack, but I'd never had an asthma attack before. So I didn't know what I should look for, but I was told by my doctor I had stress asthma when I was like a teenager, so maybe before I went over to England, and he was like screaming at me to get back on the line, and I'm like, Amelia, I think I'm having an asthma attack, and like they put me back on the line. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yellow card.
Yeah,
I remember during 1 year, Coach Rob was doing a paper, like a thesis for his master's degree on the beep test. And so we ran it weekly during the spring season. And this happened to be during Lent. And I gave up cheese for Lent that year.
Oh.
At the time, I was also a vegetarian.
Yeah,
And so like cheese was like my main source of protein in my freshman year of college. And then we're doing a beep test, which like genuinely was not that big of an issue for me. Like I was pretty fine with them. And like I said, we'd been doing these weekly, and I just like could not. I was bent over. So I'd now given up cheese, my main source of protein in my diet, and like my main source of calories. So like no quesadillas, no pizza, no grilled cheese. Those were my main food groups in college. And I am like bent over, and I remember like Coach Rob yelling at Vela next to me, being like, Vela, you better make sure Canning finishes this run. And she's like, I'm sorry, Canning, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm going to fall over. And immediately after that ended, I got pulled into Coach's office with Coach Rob, and they made me meet with Mary Ellen, the nutritionist. And they all basically said like, I had to start eating meat again. And then remember I tried to eat meat so many times in the food court or the dining hall. And then finally one day I just hammered down a cheeseburger and never looked back.
I remember that. Yeah. I do remember that.
Let's talk a little bit about like our favorite soccer memories.
I have a few, but I have to say, you're going to think, how did you pick that one? But it pops up in my mind so many times, is when me and Vela were in the goal.
West Virginia.
And the ball was in the goal with us.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
I was able to kind of, bring it out of the goal without anyone seeing, anyone important.
So this was before VAR and goal line technology, of course.
Yeah, thank God.
A bit of a Thierry Henry moment.
Bit of a Thierry Henry moment. And so what happened is West Virginia takes a corner kick that we're defending, and the ball definitely crossed the line. I mean, we're beyond the time limit that anything can happen. Like, we're beyond this. Like, it went in. It crossed the line. Yeah. We all saw it. Sarah and Vela are like on the post, like in the goal. Vela's like covering for the keeper who went out to make the save. Sarah's on the post. And I just see Sarah like all of a sudden with the ball dribbling up the sideline as though nothing had happened.
And I think that was in our highlights for the next match.
It was, yeah.
We're so happy.
And we're all like, wait, that was definitely fault. In, right? It is their fault.
You should have celebrated, duh. Like,
yeah. Instead, they're looking at each other like, wait, that was in, right? That was in, right? Meanwhile, game's going on around you.
Rookie mistake.
That's why, like, Henry did that to Ireland, but I was like, here, if you were in the same position, you might do the same thing yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one, Sarah.
You did exactly what you were supposed to do, Sarah. So
yeah.
I would say,
loved. Oh, go ahead, Simo.
I don't know if this is like this is not a particular game, but when we won and we would storm the field, and just dogpile each other, everyone on the bench, everyone on the field, and just this big pile and jumping around and at the end of the game and then at the beginning of the games, like the locker room was like so lit, like we were just having the time of our lives,
You was dancing before
dancing
before the pregame,
the pregame and the postgame and home games, and we had what do you call it, where you all have food together? What do we?
Tailgate
after like those moments, I think for me it was less about the win-loss and just more about these like super moments where we're all just so connected and laughing and piling and dancing, and those will live with me forever.
Speaking of celebrations, I don't think there was a better one than when Tara scored in the Big East. Was it the semifinal? Quarterfinals. And who was that against? West Virginia?
Georgetown.
Oh, Georgetown.
It was double overtime.
Oh, so go ahead and tell the story. You remember all the details.
No, that's really it. I mean, I was playing.
I'm dropping his name now, but he was like, "Oh shoot!"
Yes, literally. I'm playing defensive center mid. We're in double overtime, right? Like I'm in the center of the field. I have a lot of space. Also, to my left-hand side is Courtney Lane, who was the left back that I played literally growing up with, and she has
who has one of rocket
the best,
of a kick,
left you'll ever see. And so the logical thing would maybe some people would think to give her the ball, but hey, I have a decent shot too sometimes. And so I took a good first touch, very leading, and I just kind of lobbed the ball it was probably like 40 feet out. I don't know, something like that. Right to the goalie, right like this, and the goalie, like this. The goalie was like this, and the ball went right through her hands. And you just have to take shots. And that's
you just gotta shoot your shot. Moral of the story, shoot your shot. But it was funny because you're right. Like, what's that, Kirby?
I was just gonna say that also would be one of my best memories of the collegiate career, probably for most of us, because it was
absolutely
the biggest celebration of the career.
Yeah, definitely it was.
Yeah, it was. I also, one of my favorite memories of us winning was USC We went to
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was
our
gonna
senior
say.
year to
Mm-hmm.
not South Carolina, Southern California.
Southern California.
Cali. Yeah.
Yep. Because we beat them for the first time. Like they hadn't lost a game at home in like 4 years or something crazy like that.
They had
And
won the national
so-
championship the year before.
Yeah, so like that was definitely one of my favorite. And we were a man down. It was just like it felt like a movie because we were like in LA. You know, the cards are stacked against us. My brother got kicked out of the game.
I
Like,
was going to say, not only did Courtney Lane get a red card, but your brother also got a red card from the stands.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he did.
Oh my God, that's probably
I wasn't there, by the way. I redshirted that year, but I know all of this.
Yeah.
Party in the USA was out.
Yep.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus was the soundtrack for sure. That was like
trip.
the funny thing is that I can't hear a Miley Cyrus song without or a Cranberry song without thinking of Coach.
Khalees, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. That makes me think of Coach.
Oh my God,
that makes me think
he loved that song. He loved that song.
What's
Right?
that
Or
song
was
with
it another
Shakira?
one?
Oh, sorry.
No, maybe not.
Go ahead, Sarah.
There's a song with Shakira and Beyonce, and we were
The hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie. That one,
Is
Coach loved.
We
Yeah.
walked out of the coach's office and we were heading towards, like, I don't know, we had a couple of balls. We were probably just heading towards the gym and someone else was with us. And I think it had to be another forward or something. And he just started doing the dance against the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
So I think this is actually
in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good time to talk about Coach a little bit and just kind of the culture of our team, because the more people I meet, like now post-college, the more women I meet who played college soccer, the more I realize that, and we knew this at the time, I genuinely think we did and we appreciated it in the moment, but even more so like meeting people now is like they hated their college soccer experience, whether that's because they had a terrible coach or didn't really get along with their teammates. And as I said, we knew in the moment, like it's not something that we took for granted. We did appreciate it in the moment, which I'm really grateful for still. But what do you think it was that made it that way, that we genuinely were like such good, I think we were friends first, teammates second. I think like that's how I think about it. And then Coach just like was such a good, like he cared about us so much as people. And even when there were times that I was like upset and hated him because I thought like I wanted to be playing more, like it never, like I still have only the best things to say about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we all looked at each other as a family, and like, yeah, I was the same. Like freshman year, I wanted to play more, but like I remember going in and speaking to him and being like, I suppose he was very good at getting everyone's best or the quality from everybody. And I think coming back after my freshman year, maybe it was the spring semester, because I didn't really play that much freshman year, and obviously don't like sitting on the bench, but like, yeah, it just something shifted in our relationship, and from that moment on it just got stronger and stronger. And yeah, he was always there for you, like in a personal sense, but I think then that resonated with the rest of the team, and I think having Michelle there as well was important to me anyway. So to have her come back as well was really like solidified kind of the rest of our time there. But yeah, that's kind of what comes to my mind, top of my head. But if I had a little bit more time, I'd probably have a few more things to say.
For me, I think it helped that there was 15 freshmen, right? And I think sometimes, like when you look at dynamics of the team, it's typically like there's a couple toxic teammates that probably bring down the culture or the unnecessary drama. Like we didn't have like really like I think of like upperclassmen, but like they didn't impact like us as a 15, and I think that played a big part too. Of like we were all friends. Like there was really no.
We've got really strong leaders, all in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was. Maybe someone might have been good at this, but someone else was really good at that. Like, it wasn't just one or two strong people. There was so many strong characters in our year.
Yeah, I think that like nails it on the head for me, Sarah. Kenny, when you asked that question, I think for me, both you know, I don't know if it was Michelle or we always had this metaphor in our team meetings of icebergs. I don't know if you guys remember that. But the coaching staff use them quite often, and they'd always talk about what's underneath the surface and, you know, what's above the surface. And, you know, I think for our group, it was like the successes you saw on the scoreboard or, you know, in the conferences or whatnot, like Sarah was just saying, like, it included all of us in these different ways. And as I reflect back to that time together, it was like, you know, we had star fucking athletes, like amazing players, you know, game-winning goals that we will synthesize into all of us for the rest of our lives. And, you know, maybe that's like above the surface and things you can see and I don't know, they're tangible. But then there's like moments where, you know, maybe a bench player is behind the scenes doing fitness with one of our best players to like help elevate them. Or, you know, there's a dance party with, you know, maybe some players that may not see the field just to elevate and bring levity and take the pressure down and help get the mindset into the game of the balance of the pressure of getting ready, but also like keeping it fun and keeping the pressure off. And then there were these like, you know, also star athletes in different ways. And I, you know, coming back to Sarah's point, I just think we all knew each other's strengths and just like uplifted each other and all of that. And it worked. And like, then we had this experience that went beyond winning or losing, that we're here today talking all these years later, that we're able to tap into. And I just think there's a lot of value in that. There was value seen in every single one of us. You know, even if you're injured, you could still bring something to the table. And I don't know if every team could say that. You know, I think in other teams, from what I've learned, it's like, if you're not playing, you're mad, or, you know, and it was way more than that for us. And I think everybody abided by that and felt that so genuinely. And I think that's what set us apart personally.
I think that coaches could easily say, like, everybody matters, you have a role. But the fact that our coaching staff would spend an unlimited amount of individual time literally working on the thing that we felt we needed to improve on, whether that's video sessions, going onto the field. I mean, can you ever think of a time when, if you were like, I want to work on this, that coach wouldn't get up on the field and do that with you? And to your point about everyone having a strength, they were always very overt about that messaging so that it was easy to buy into. So communicating like, this is your strength, this is your role, and this is what we need from you. So it was easy to see your impact, any individual impact, and buy in, rather than like oh, you want more playing time? You need to get better at this. And kind of sending someone along, because that could be a dynamic that's pretty common. So pouring into the individual relationships and individual growth feels good as any player. That matters.
Yeah, I genuinely always felt like I was being invested in, even if I wasn't starting, you know, like even if I wasn't a starting player or getting a ton of minutes, they still put time into me and invested in me. And that just, like you were saying, Kirby, it just makes you feel valued. Like I genuinely felt so valued the entire time. And I think that goes a long way when, you know, you're going through a hard season, or, you know, even off the field too. Like personally, you're going, like college is hard. Like you're going through so many crazy life transitions as well, and like figuring out who you are as a person. And I feel like our coaching staff and our teammates, we all did such a good job of like valuing that and recognizing that, and just seeing the people behind the players more than anything else.
Yeah. I think it's like a combination of what everyone said. Like I think it's partially like intangibles too. Like it's just the way that our personalities like fit together, and the fact that we did kind of just buy into this. But I also think it has to do with the culture that was created with like Coach and Michelle. Like the work that Michelle really was, she's just so ahead of her time, honestly. If you, and like having Mark Armento and just like the mental component of it all is just so important. And so I think that was like what maybe a lot of other, you know, teams at the time didn't really have. So I think
so that's a really good, I would say that's a really good point and really good segue to talk about something that I think would be cool for us to reflect on, is our program was so ahead of its time in terms of the psychological component. We had, like, our athletics department, St. John's, had a full-time sports psychologist who worked with the athletes. Our assistant coach, Michelle Canning, no relation to me, just happens to have the same last name. Which, like, by the way, side note, then on away trips, they would sit me between her and coach because they assumed that she and I were, like, related. And on every, like, away trip flight, like, it was me, coach, and Michelle in the same row.
That's very funny.
Yeah, that was. And then I think Michelle finally was like, we're not doing this anymore, and, like, made sure the airline, like, didn't put me with them. But anyway, so Michelle was really bought into the sports psychology side as well. And like I said, that was so ahead of the time. Like, I don't know of any other team that was doing that. I worked in the NWSL. Like, it doesn't happen there regularly. It's like just starting to in the past couple of years or so. So we're talking 20 years ago, we were doing this. And I remember every team meeting, there was always some kind of, like, mental performance activity or like psychological type of exercise that we had to do, whether it was a breathing exercise or meditating or something to help us focus. And there's still things that I, like, bring into my adult life now. Like, there was one specific one in a meeting where we had to close our eyes and count our breaths, and you had to try to get to 10 without thinking about anything else. And I still, like, now when I'm, like, overwhelmed or it's like I just need to shut off my brain, I do that. And it's like, God, that was so helpful. And I really think that played such a huge role in the culture of our team and why we all had the experience we did.
I use that one too. That one, and then the visualizing, like, your breath as a different color. So you, like,
that's a good one too.
And then counting up to 10, and then
I liked I think I had, like, a red string, and it was reminding me of affirmations.
They really were so ahead of their time. But this actually brings up a funny story. So did this happen at Camp Pontiac when we were playing cricket and Kirby hit Simo in the head with the bat?
It was.
Yeah. Was it? Yes. It was Camp Pontiac?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It wasn't.
It was a different team building day.
We went to a ropes course.
Yeah,
we were somewhere not on campus.
The ropes course, which I love, and I have some pictures of the ropes course actually, and I would love.
I loved that ropes course. To get over that wall, right?
Oh my God!
To get over the wall,
we had to get coach over the wall. Remember?
Yes,
we did.
My face.
I have pictures.
Brilliant.
And everyone was not wearing their spandex.
No, they were not. So we're going to go through some pictures now.
Lordy.
And
oh boy.
Let's see. Okay. So I am going to show some pictures and we'll just kind of reminisce on what is going on. So I am going to start with some of those.
Oh There's Megan Juan. I forgot about Megan
So
Juan.
this is our junior year, right?
So this is one of those ropes course activities. Yes. Jen's there, but Brittany is still there.
I think
Brittany.
Simo got concussed at
freshman year. It was freshman year. Yeah, because I remember Jules. I remember Jules helping me feel like not an asshole.
But it wasn't Camp Pontiac. It was another. It was definitely another.
It must have been something else.
It wasn't a baseball bat because it was a cricket.
It was a cricket bat.
No grip. I'm just attest to that.
Kirby, listen.
It was wicked hot.
At the end of it, you're one of my best friends still to this day. So no bat's gonna get in the way of anything.
All right. So why don't we just quickly tell this story and then talk about why this was like a funny segue from talking of sports psychology.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to tell it, or who's perspective you want first?
Yeah, you tell us how you feel.
Yeah. Tell us how you killed Simo.
Okay, so it was sports psychology outing day, team building processing day, and they always just made us play a different sport just to mess with us, I think. You know, like they were always like, oh, you play soccer, why don't you play rugby now? And okay, so anyway, This day we were playing cricket. No, it's like it was a smooth
rounders.
It was
maybe?
a smooth wooden bat of some kind.
Basically a paddle from like
97 degrees out. Yeah.
God forbid you have sweaty palms.
You're like the smoothest bat of all time.
Wood. It was wood.
As hard as I can.
It wasn't.
And then it slowly rotated until it hit Sumo in the face.
Wait. At this time, I'm online, like waiting for that, like, like laughing with my friends. And I'm like,
Right
And then Simo's just out cold.
It was.
Everybody obviously super concerned about Simo. I'm glad. I mean, how did not split your forehead open? No blood.
I don't, honestly, that was a miracle.
Know. I think it was just like a TBI, straight to the floor and lights out.
And then, like any great, team dynamic sports psychologist, we process it in a circle.
Yeah, we did. We got into a circle.
We did get in a circle.
In the grass. Maybe 45 minutes
so
later. It might have even
advanced.
been the end of the day. We're sitting in a circle in the end of the grass. What could we have talked about for that long? Everyone's talking about how they feel as they watch Simo get annihilated by a flying bat. And then I just remember sitting there feeling like an absolute idiot. Like, honestly, it was just probably one of the most embarrassing ways to start relationally with a new team. And
Yeah, for sure.
just feeling really dumb. Like, so honestly, this guy probably was pretty wise in asking, like, and how do you feel? And that just, I think, cracked me completely open because I did start crying.
Yeah.
I think I started
Yeah, you did. I
crying
remember.
slowly. And that was even more embarrassing. But, however, I mean, like the humans we all are, everyone responded kind of in the way that I think a teammate needs to practice responding and really taking a whole gauge of where everybody is at, not just where the coach is at. So, yeah, I don't know. That was my take on it.
Well, thanks for giving us such a good learning experience so early in our college careers, Kirby.
So the
It really was.
Like, I don't know when your teammate screws up, because it was kind of a screw up, like having to
That's a
surround
good
somebody
point.
with
Yeah.
a little bit of love and compassion.
Well, I think also just like a lesson in empathy of like the obvious thing is like, okay, Simo is unconscious on the floor. like we all like the obvious thing is to care about that and to be like, oh my God, are you okay? Like there's this obvious tangible hurt. But then there's this subtle hurt that's just as strong and and that you're feeling, and that like until that came up in conversation, until the moderator of this thing, until he brought it up, it was like, oh shit, that's right. Like I would feel like shit if I was Kirby right now, like not, and I don't think that she should, because it was obviously an accident, but I know how I would feel. And that was like one of the first lessons. And and just like you're saying, like group dynamics and having empathy for everyone involved, not just like the obvious thing that's going on over here, but like what are the other effects on other people that maybe we're missing or overlooking.
I don't think it was his intention to kind of elicit a certain emotional response from myself, but I do remember being in it, and I remember like I don't know about you, but like my empathy's pretty high. So like if someone's in a room and they're feeling depressed or they're feeling sad or happy, I'll feel that off them. So I was also feeling what you were feeling, Kirby, not really knowing that you were feeling that. But then I felt really like a shit human being after he was like, did anyone ask Kirby? Was she okay?
Yeah,
So then
I felt so bad.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like our whole team was probably, even though that, as you say, that was not really the first type of experience you would have wanted with your team, I feel like your whole team was kind of with you there then after that, right? Which was,
and
the whole
honestly,
situation was mad.
Can anyone remember a time on the field or even in practice where someone makes a mistake and then anyone else on the team gives out to them? Not.
No.
I mean, maybe Vela, but we all like that's Vela.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But
Yeah,
like really not from a place of hurt, not from a place of meanness. I don't know. I at least didn't
Yeah.
experience that, not from a place of like malice. So we didn't have
Yeah.
that culture.
Mm-mm.
No, we really
And
didn't.
if there were words, it would stay on the field. Like there
Exactly.
was never a
yeah,
time
it would stay in the field.
that that you would get off of the field and be fighting.
Because
There
I'm
was
pretty sure
definitely a time.
you, Santos, you and I would have had words on the field. I think you had
Oh,
words
yeah.
from Nicole, like Cannon on the field.
Well,
like
Santos
But
knocked
that's
me
different
out.
than,
Like if you made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different than if you make a mistake. Yeah, like I don't think there were like moments. I don't think there were moments of like, oh, I made a bad pass and now my teammate's gonna yell at me. Like that was never the case. Like I actually like. I think that our team was a great case study in psychological safety in that we all like I mean, I'm speaking from myself here, of course, but I felt like I felt so safe to be exactly who I was unapologetically on and off the field. And I knew that like the other best people in the world who I knew, like they were going to love me regardless. And like that just doesn't happen. Yeah, like it was such a great feeling to have that, like, no matter how stupid I was on or off the field, no matter how many mistakes I made on or off the field, like you guys were just always there and didn't like make me feel shitty about it. Like just were there to encourage me and get me back on track and love me anyway.
I was going to say, it's really interesting, like hearing all this back all this years later, because, you know, if I give my version of the story, the one who was knocked out, like, it's just so much more simple. Like my experience, not to make like light of it, but like, I just remember like having fun with my friends, getting knocked out, coming to and being like, what's next? Like, where's the next roast course, guys?
Yeah, you were
like
traumatized.
I really didn't think anything past that. Like it was not more complicated than that, you know? And especially of all people to knock me out, like Kirby is like got arguably like the biggest heart. You know what I mean? Like it's just no hard feelings whatsoever. And I just knew like that the connection and all that was there. So it wasn't even that complicated for me. It was just like I got knocked out and I wanted to get up and like go hang out with my friends again. Like that was my story of it, you know, from my perspective. I was gonna say like when we made mistakes on the field, I remember more of us like saying stuff out loud to ourselves. Like I remember Sarah maybe like if you mess up a pass, be like, oh fucking hell, and I'd be like, all right, Sarah, like you got
for fuck's sake.
like yeah, exactly. Like we would never do it at each other. It was mostly just like you know, uplifting each other.
So yeah, if anything, I feel like if we made mistakes, you know, like you were saying, Sim, like Sarah would be like, oh, fuck's sake. Or like I would get like mad at myself. You know, we all got mad at ourselves. But I feel like that, like the only thing I would hear from teammates in those moments was like, come on, Cannon, you got it, get back in. You know, like was more encouragement instead of like, if somebody makes a mistake on the field, they already feel like shit. They know they made a mistake. They don't need me to point that out to them. You know, like my job's not to be like, or my role there isn't to be like, messed up there. Like, come on. You know, it's to get them back on track and to know that I've got them, you know, that we've got them. But Simo, you said there, like of all people, Kirby had, you know, arguably the biggest heart. And I want to segue into a little trip the three of us took in Christmas break one year. We went to New Orleans. And I have a couple more pictures that I'm going to put on the screen. And so we went to New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina to help like with some of the rebuilding efforts. And so...
Oh my...
Okay, so this was the room that we stayed in. and
you
there's
can see
another
her taking
picture.
the photo in the mirror. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Blazer
also just the blazer, early 2000s fashion. So this we're in that room first. And then we look around the room and we see this in the corner.
Oh my god.
Oh my. So disturbing.
Immediately.
A photo of the outside of the building. The outside of the building was really
Oh.
No, I wish I did. It was honestly like a haunted house. So then we moved to this closet behind the bathroom.
The bed barely fit it. The bed barely fit.
And so, I mean, we had obviously a good time there. Here's another good picture from there. We had, we went to this famous restaurant. Actually, do you know the Princess and the Frog, like that Disney movie with Princess Tiana, is based on her?
I didn't.
Gosh,
Wow.
that's so cool.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
So
She was amazing.
Oh my God, the
Are
food
you
was
wearing
so
a
good
blazer?
too.
You'll have to add
I
in
am
like,
early
history and
2000s
bio.
fashion, you guys.
Business casual.
So here's now that we're talking about early 2000s fashion, I do have this gem.
Scared.
Oh no, I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Oh yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
people
Oh my
don't know
God.
what mental toughness is until you're
Tunic
spending hours
with
in
the
stilettos.
leggings.
Yeah.
Look at your
Yeah.
legs.
Who
is
though.
this?
Your
Look
legs
at the
look
calf
That's
muscles.
me.
I know. I remember those
Like,
shoes. They're
wear
so
anything
cute.
with those cows.
I remember those shoes too. I actually miss those shoes.
Was this
They
before
were-
or after crowd surfing?
Or dancing.
This was
dancing
after that.
table.
This was my 21st birthday. This is what I
And
chose
your
to
oversized
wear out.
bag.
I remember them shoes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oversized bag.
Let's revisit some more
Is this
fashion.
when we were sake bombing?
Yeah. So okay,
Listen.
let's go to sake bombing. Oh wait, first I have I have 3 more pictures.
my.
A couple more New Orleans actually. All right, so in New
Why did we
Orleans,
just drink sake for like?
I don't know, for
I
3
was
months
so
straight.
sick. I was so sick.
So we didn't
Oh,
just
you did.
help
This
in New
Living
Orleans.
hard, people.
You had some.
So
fun.
this is me in New Orleans riding the mechanical bull. Here's Simo, and I just want to play a little game of like one of these things is not like the other. So here's Simo, and then we'll look at Kirby's.
Oh, what am I doing?
You have perfect form. I can
No.
It's something
No.
bad about
It's not on the screen.
Just wait. Kirby, why are you barefoot? Why are you
Oh my
barefoot?
God.
Probably because we were all wearing heels all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
Kirby was not messing
So
around.
funny. I've never seen these
saw
photos.
Yeah,
This is
I have
from
no
New
explanation.
Orleans. I
It was
saw
like we
this
were in
and
Greece
I
the
was
entire trip.
yeah, it was so cold. It's the coldest it's ever been in New Orleans.
I have no explanation.
So
Okay,
good.
so
Pretty proud
I
of
just
you
needed to go over those. All right, so then I want to talk about. So you brought up how we drank sake for like 5 months straight. So we did for everyone's 21st birthdays. We, for whatever reason, decided to just go sake bombing for everyone's 21st birthdays. So here
I think they
is
didn't card
okay.
us or something.
That was not okay.
here's my 21st birthday.
Oh God.
Oh my God, look, Erica.
Mid sake bomb. Yeah,
I was
Erica.
on
who
crutches. I was literally on
you
crutches.
were. I have a
Like,
picture of you on
death is upon me.
crutches. I have a
Oh,
picture of
no.
you on crutches. Let's see, more sake bombing. Oh, there's definitely one of Simo on crutches, like going through. I have one of us going through the subway. Oh, wait, here's another
subway.
sake bombing. I think this one is Kirby's 21st.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sarah.
I remember that.
Sarah's punching me. All right, then we've got going through this. Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
I just remember
Remember
why.
you play like the
Why
metal
are
is
we going into the
poison?
city?
Yeah.
You
What?
guys
What?
remember
Where we
playing
went?
that on like the subway? The metal is poison, so like you would have to like stand there without touching anything.
Without
Yeah.
touching the
I
metal.
do remember that. Yep.
Here's a selfie before selfies were a thing that we took in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
For selfie.
So cute.
And then I know I have one of Tara's birthday. Oh, where we ended up using like paper or plastic cups, and it did not drop the same way it's meant to. They were all just floating on the top.
Oh God.
I think that was my birthday. Because that was like the one where the baseball people.
Oh,
the
yeah,
baseball
you're
guys
right.
came.
That was yours.
Or maybe it was lacrosse guys.
Oh, here's a funny one.
Yeah, I don't know if that was mine. I don't think.
Yeah, and you gotta
Same
send us these
outing.
photos.
I'm sure they're in a Facebook
Oh
album.
my God.
But yeah, those are some of the pictures that I wanted to take a look at.
Pictures
Okay.
that we didn't know.
So, we kind of talked a lot about like some of the memories, and we did have a lot of like good reflections as well. But I want to ask, what is something that you think came out of that period of your life that you carry with you into your adult life now?
I think the first thing that comes up for me is like discipline, but I don't know if that's just like specifically from college or if that's from soccer in general. And I feel like as I got older, I was like, people were like, oh my God, you're so disciplined, like, you know, with meal prep and then like going to the gym and like having my own routine and like I didn't like to drink during the week. Like I would only drink on the weekends, stuff like that. I don't know. I think that like having a schedule for me was always just like nice, that I just started to create those kinds of routines in my life. So I would say discipline, yeah, is the biggest thing that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, that was like the status quo, you know, the expectation.
Yeah. For me, I think it's the value that I put onto friendships. Because like it was right, like obviously like before college you have your hometown friends that, you know, you make, and then you go to college, and then it was like obviously I met all of you, and it was so easy to like I feel like there was like really never a time in college that I wasn't like, oh yeah, I have 15 best friends, like genuinely. And then I felt it like when I went to pharmacy school after. And it was like the first time in my life that I was like, oh, I have to make friends. Oh, I actually don't know how to make friends. Like, because like it just came so naturally from, you know, the time that we were together that like I truly value all of you.
Yeah, I think I couldn't agree more. I think it's so cheesy, but like definitely think a lot of what's happened in college is like made me who I am today, and like not just collectively but individually. I had all my different relationships with you all, and you all touched me different ways, but like I think you are all in a sense ingrained within me, because every time I do things, even if it's throughout the day or throughout the week, I'm like, there's always some form of representation there, and it just kind of shows you how strong those connections were. And even if I haven't seen you for such a long time, like that never really changes anything for me. So it's like, yeah, I just think that we're very lucky, and I didn't realize, I think I took it for granted that a lot of teams probably have this, whereas listen to us talking about it today and then hearing what you said, Nicole, that maybe a lot of teams don't have this. That makes me even more grateful now. As I get off the call, I'll be like, oh, and I dream about you guys a lot, actually, which is so funny. I dream I've forgotten my jersey sometimes, and I'm definitely going to end up wearing. Yeah, and it's mad. I like Tara was in my dream earlier in the week. It was definitely something got to do with both of us had forgotten our jersey, I think. But yeah, no, I think that's well, yeah, that's the answer to my question, to your question.
Maybe it was Tara cutting her jersey. Do you remember when you cut your practice jersey?
Oh my God.
I think about how
she
cute
cut
it is
it
all the time. Right now. I'd wear it right now.
It was like
she cut it to be a crop top.
No, she
Before
cut it
crop
because
tops
she
were
didn't
cool.
realize the drying, like after it went through like the dryer a few times, it was like literally to her belly button.
Well,
Yeah, you
also
guys-
as freshmen, we got like the last pick of like, you know, practice gear. And so we're
was
all in like
huge.
extra large men's clothes, like running
my
around.
God,
yeah.
So silly.
Plus,
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had to give any of that gear back, hence Big Red no longer
Blech.
being with us.
I was going to tell that.
Yeah, first of all, Big
Nicole.
Red
I
you
prompted
gave
you to tell
away.
it. Yeah.
You were
I still
gonna
haven't.
tell that story?
Well, I was going to tell you, because I think one of the things that it was kind of unique in the development in our development as athletes is that they did pour into who we are as people. And then obviously the mission of the school in paying attention to like poverty and those who need support was part of like a requirement for us. So, I mean, I can let you tell it because I wasn't on it, but I remember you coming back from the service trip.
Oh yeah, so
I was there.
The midnight runs. So actually, there's a couple of
weren't we doing the midnight run because of the Naughty Nine?
I think so.
It wasn't.
But it was. We did have to do like service. Yeah, there was service things we had to do.
There's a couple of stories.
I got in trouble, so I had to do it.
There were a couple of midnight run stories. I want to let Santos and Simo tell theirs after. But mine. So we called them Big Red, but it was like a big winter coat essentially. And I thought it was like our practice uniforms that like we got to, I thought we kept it. I thought it was ours that they were giving to us. I was unaware that we were just given it for the season, much like our jerseys, and had to give it back at the end of the season. I did not know this to be the case. So that's important context for the story. So we're on a midnight run. And, we give out midnight run is we would make stops at like set places around New York City and give food to the homeless, like sandwiches and soup. And then also there were like, it's funny because of the story that's coming after this. And then also we would give shoes and jackets and like whatever kind of like odds and ends that we had in the van with us. And so there was this one, I don't even like remember the person, but there was a homeless person who, it was like the dead of winter in New York City. It was fucking freezing.
Cold, yeah.
And this person is just like shivering. And I'm like, oh my God, like this person is not going to make it through the night. Like it is too cold to be out here like this. And so I gave them my jacket. Like there wasn't a jacket in our van that like would have fit this person. Obviously not that matters, but like, there wasn't something that we could give them that fit. And so I took off my Big Red and I gave it to the person and get back on the van and come back. And again, like then there were times where, I should have been wearing it myself and I wasn't because now I don't have one. And then end of the year and we're meant to give the equipment back and I don't have Big Red to give back anymore and I get in trouble. And I didn't say, I just was like, oh yeah, I gave it away. I don't have it anymore. And then I think one of you guys told Michelle, like one of you was like, Michelle, she gave it to a homeless person. Cause I was like legitimately in trouble. And you were like, she gave it to a homeless person on a midnight run. And then I just remember Michelle coming to me and being like, Kenny, why didn't you tell me what happened to your Big Red? I was like, I don't know. I was kind of embarrassed. Like I thought I was going to get in trouble. And she was like, you thought you were going to get in trouble for giving your jacket to a homeless person? And I was like, well, kind of. So yeah, that was, but yeah, then I got another one. So we were good for the next year. But Simo, Santos, tell your midnight run story.
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay. So we're doing a midnight run and so we had to get there, I think an hour before the van was supposed to take off. And both Sim and I had full days of schedule. So we had no time to go to the cafeteria, and you would get there an hour before because you were making sandwiches for the homeless, and we're starving. And Sim and I are like, they're not going to notice if we just take two.
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We literally, 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. So we steal or borrow 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Wait, you're not borrowing it because you're not giving it back.
Yeah, Simo ended up giving it back to some extent.
Fair.
But so we take 2. We go into the stairwell. I remember this. Vividly, us shoving our mouths of this peanut butter and jelly
committing
sandwich.
A crime.
Yeah. Looking back on it, Jesus, oops, sorry, but craziness. No, so as we start to get into the van, we were starting to deliver these sandwiches. We start to realize oh wow, we just did a really shitty thing. We just took 2 sandwiches. Our guilt starts to play a massive role. Both of us start to feel nauseous. Simo ends up throwing up the sandwich on the side of...
I'm so emotionally guilted and disturbed by us.
Yeah. she starts throwing up, which like I start to dry heave. Like, and everybody else, like, do you remember Renee on the golf team?
Of course.
Like, she was like
The most
asking us,
pious individual.
oh,
Yeah.
like she's like comforting us, and we're both like, please, just like
We're too evil. Don't even look at us.
Yeah, like stop. Oh my god! And then I think like, oh, it was so bad that like by the end of it, like Simo and I were dead silent in the van, like still sick
Shaking.
to our stomachs, like shaking.
So funny.
Because we took 2 sandwiches from the homeless, like it was so bad.
To be fair, you didn't
So
like
bad.
take them from the
later,
homeless.
Years later, I committed to doing like service internationally for like years on end.
Oh yeah,
repented.
I repented deeply.
Give away all your
that'll
belongings.
be Santos'
I now
retirement.
volunteer at a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
I volunteer at a soup kitchen now.
There you go.
Are you
Full
eating the
circle.
soup?
Yeah.
Have you eaten the soup?
No. They asked me. They're like, "Oh, you want some?" I'm like, "No, thank you. I know where this leads. Yeah, I know what happens here."
All right, guys. Well, we unfortunately do have to wrap things up. But are there any closing thoughts or reflections that anyone has or wants to share before we do?
Just that we need a reunion. We need to like solidify details of a reunion.
I know.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
so nice.
We
Where's
do
the
need a
neighbor-
reunion.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Probably the East Coast, honestly.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, East Coast.
St. John's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
back.
fair enough. Yeah, that'd be good.
Back
Get
to our old stomping grounds.
I'm happy with
Yeah, go to
that.
St. John's. Or we could just go to my dad's house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun.
We did have a preseason there.
I was just going
At
to say,
your
we had
grandma's.
preseason at my
That's
grandma's
right.
house.
That was so fun.
The
That was
toenail
hella fit
incident.
that preseason. Oh, yes. So many memories.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for doing this. And it was really nice to reminisce and laugh about things and also reflect a little bit on how good we had it and still have it because, you know, we're super lucky that we're still in each other's lives as much as we are, even though we wish we could be more. You know, we're literally all over the place. I'm in Phoenix, Santos, Boston, Tara, Jersey, Kirby, Chicago, Simo, Oregon, and Sarah, Ireland. Like, we're literally all over the place, but and the rest of our teammates as well. So it's nice to at least be able to do this. So thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, of
Thank you,
course.
Nicole.
Thanks for
I love
having
you
us.
all.
Thank
so
you.
fun. I miss you guys so much.
Happy
Yeah, I miss you all.
holidays.
Love you
Yeah,
guys.
have a good one. Love you guys.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Femme FC podcast. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about my college experience and what makes women's soccer so special to me. It was the relationships, the people, and how it's shaped who I've become today. So thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy your holidays.